Hello. To address the elephant in the room. Yes, my nail is broken. We're not going to talk about it, even though I'm the one that brought it up. But it does make me look a little more WLW, if you know what I mean. Oh my God. Hey guys. You're never going to guess the stuff that I've been up to since I last posted. So I decided I wanted to sit down. I wanted to talk because I have a few things on my mind, like I usually do. So a week and a half ago, I went on vacation and I went to go visit my friend in Orlando, Florida. I had a great time. A really great time. Vacation feels like a completely different world. I was in a different place. I was with one of my favorite people in the world. I could do whatever I wanted. I was still very mindful with my spending, but I knew that I would spend money to try some new things, try a new restaurant or two, try some new coffee places, and I knew that I was going to splurge at Disney World. That's what I had already set in mind before I'd already went. So I'll say I was spending money freely, a little more freely than I do, but I still had it in the back of my mind of like, keep it calm, keep it chill. We can't go crazy. And with that, because I was visiting a friend, all I had to do was buy a plane ticket. Before we get into that, my last vacation was March 2024, and it was to Orlando, Florida, with my ex, and was not a good time for the both of us. He may have had a good time. I'm not sure. I don't think he did. I certainly didn't. We weren't getting along, felt really forced. 5 months after that is when we broke up, but things weren't going good around that time. So I was looking forward to going to that. Like, I love Harry Potter World. Like, I love going on rides, but the vibes were not good. So with that in mind, this vacation felt like a completely different world. Once I had gotten home, the reality of that not being my real world or my real life set in. I wasn't coping with that well. I got home and I was down. I was like, oh, I have to go back to work tomorrow. Have to go back to my real life where I work to pay bills. And it's just over and over and over again. The thing that everyone worries about is what I was worried about. This is not a new concept, not a new thought, not a new worry, not a new anxiety. Everyone is going through this. And with that, I started to feel really lonely. I am pretty good by myself. I consider myself an ambivert. I am good with people. I'm good alone. So I do need a balance of both. I'm definitely one of those people. I had a hard time being alone when I got home, and I did not sleep well that night at all. That Monday into Tuesday, again, didn't sleep well. I was actually up crying. Basically, I had a breakdown. Thinking about it now, it's crazy what time can do, even though it's only been 7 days. And it's silly to say now, like looking back on it, I'm like, oh my gosh, the drama. But it's okay. It's how I felt. And then on Tuesday, I was like, nah, like I am not going through that again. I'm currently really anxious. I thankfully don't experience anxiety much anymore. But there are a few things that worry me, make me nervous. So I do use the word anxious just because it's easier for people to understand what it is that I'm feeling. I feel like it could be like a whole whirlwind of emotions. And so I just go with anxious so people can kind of understand. And it could very much be anxiety. Maybe like I'm fine in certain places in my life, but then there are other aspects that give me anxiety still. I don't know. So for that Tuesday, I texted my cousin. I was like, hey, I haven't slept well these past 2 nights. I was wondering if you could sleep over. She was like, girl, I am also having a bad day. Yes, let's do it. I love you. Please stay over every single day. So we had a good time. I made her dinner. I made her dessert, She said I was wifey material. For those 2 days that I was going through a really hard time, I was like embarrassed, even though I was by myself. I wasn't sure what to do. Like, should I reach out to someone? Should I figure this out on my own? Like, what's the best way to go through this? And that's what I go through a lot. Those thoughts of which way is best to handle it. I know that my overthinking can bring me to a space that might be a lot for other people. Shit, it's a lot for me. So I don't necessarily want people to experience that, even if they're willing and able. I was like, you know what? I tried 2 days to be on my own, have someone sleep over, spend time with you, and it really helped. The next day, I felt better, but things were still weighing on my mind. I broke down again because once I got home after work, I was alone again. I'm fine around people majority of the time. And then once I'm alone, like if I'm in that momentum of being really upset, once I'm alone, I remember on the way home, I was talking to my coworker on the phone, and then once he had to get off, I couldn't be alone, so I had to call my cousin, and she had no idea what was going on, and I was texting my friend, like, oh my God, like, I need to talk to you, like, could we go to a bar and have a drink? And she's like, yes, of course, be with you soon. And I was like, I was going through it. And then we went out, and we had a little drink at a bar. I really laid out my thoughts to her, and she's basically like a therapist. She's like a social worker, and I'm gonna lie to you, she has a lot of titles, so I don't really know what they are. Oh, I'll ask her and then I'll tell you what she is. She's really great to talk to. She's really good at making people feel heard and understood. And that's something that I've always wanted, Like I have that in my life, of course, but in my relationships, that's something that I want. I want to be heard. I want to be understood. We may not agree, but I want to be understood. All of that to say that I always want to come across as strong as I possibly can, but even that falters. Even though people have told me that I am strong, I have been through hard things, as we all have. As great of a compliment that is, I always find it hard to ask for help in any way. As someone with physical ailments, I have to ask people for help in certain things that I can't deny myself. But when it comes to the harder things, the emotional, the mental, all of those things, that's where it's hard. And I find it difficult to ask people for help or to reach out to anyone to guide me. All of that to say, because I tend to ramble, is that it's okay to seek others if needed. I was having a bad few days, reached out to my cousin. She was also having a bad day. We met up, and it was a good night. The next day was, reached out to a friend, wanted to talk to her, and she really helped me, and I'm grateful for that. The rest of the week went on, and I started feeling a lot better. Now I'm getting into the flow of things again, back in the gym, back to meal prepping, back to doing the things that matter to me and the things that I can control. As everyone else, I live a life where I have to get up, go to work, make money to provide the things that I need. Could I be doing a way harder job? Yeah, like things could be a whole lot worse. I am so thankful for where I am. Just like my last video, I was actually like scrolling through to see what videos I had up, talking about how my life is peaceful, and it was at that time. It kind of got a little crazy a little bit. You know what? It's for the plot. My life is still peaceful, and I still get to do whatever I want with my time, with who I want. The world is still my oyster. That's something I really need to remind myself. I also decided that I'm going to get back into doing the things that I love. And this has always been one of them. I have to make a schedule for myself and adhere to the schedule. I can't, because then that's when I start feeling bad again. That's when I start feeling down, when I don't follow through on the things that I want for myself, or the things that I promise myself. I actually told my cousin, was it this morning? It was this morning. Okay, she called me, and I was like, yeah, it's literally been like 6 days since I officially started to feel better. And the shift of emotions from that to what I feel now, astronomical. Right now, I'm the baddest bitch that's ever walked the planet, and no one is going to tell me different. It's just crazy. I'm like, wow, time. That's the one thing I've always said. Time is always our friend. and kind of like our enemy at the same time, because I always remind myself time will pass and I won't always feel this way. Eventually, the feeling will fade. I always get like scared because I'm like, but how long am I gonna have to wait? How long? That's when I get like another form of anxiety. I'm like, wait, how long do I have to wait? What if it's like 2 weeks? What if it's like 3 weeks? What if it's 4 weeks? What if it's months? What if it's years? Because I have gone through some stuff that has taken me years to get over. And during that time, all I kept thinking of was, when is this going to be over? When is this finally done? One day it was. And it sucks in the meantime, but time is going to pass either way. So we still got to get up and do what we got to do. I want to plan another trip to Florida to see my friend. Maybe we can like do something for Christmas. Like, that'd be so fun. This time around, we went to Hollywood Studios and we had so much fun. I technically made a mistake and I thought we were going to Magic Kingdom. I have not been to Disney World since I was a literal child, since I was like 6. And so that was 23 years ago. So I don't know what's changed. And I didn't know that Disney World were like 5 different parks. So I really wanted to go to Tower of Terror because that's the ride I enjoyed the most as a child. And then so like my friend bought the ticket. I'm like, oh wow, I can't wait to see the castle. My friend's like, no, we're not going to Magic Kingdom. We're going to Hollywood Studios. And I was like, oh. But it's okay. Great time. And it felt really nice to connect to something that I really loved as a child. And I bought 2 ears. Yeah, so now they're still sitting in the suitcase next to me. I have yet to unpack. I don't know, the suitcase is just filled with haunted memories, you know? Just certain things where I'm just like, I don't even want to touch that thing. Just a reminder that we all go through it sometimes. And if you need someone, if you need a friend, a family member, whoever it is, reach out to them. If you prefer to go it alone, make sure you're safe. Make sure you fill yourself with your favorite things. And eventually, it's going to be okay. You got this. I got this. We all got this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.